Hey everyone, welcome to Amory Life Manifesting Beyond the Ordinary. Crystal and I have decided we want to change things up from doing those curated YouTube videos that we've done because honestly, we have shared majority of the things that we can share with you about manifesting. And so now we just want to go into podcast mode, be more real, be more raw, more transparent, and actually bring some guests on as well. So this is kind of the format we are going to go on from moving forward from now on. So today's topic though, we've been getting a lot of questions about love, like manifesting a partner and relationships because a lot of people are not matching up to the things and the qualities and the experience and the individuals that they are desiring. So that is what our topic is focusing on today.
So some of the stuff Randy and I get from you guys and some of the people we work with is everybody that's come forward in this topic has been Googling, has been searching, has been practicing and applying some of the methods that they've either learned from watching YouTube, whether it's, journaling or whatever, the list goes
Positive
on.
affirmations,
Yeah. And so what they're not aware of or what they're ignoring, and I think of this as kind of like the easy way out when you follow somebody else's method and follow somebody else's technique. It's kind of like trying to get a quick fix without actually having to do the work yourself. And one of the major components is having to be aware of your energy, where your energy and your vibration is at. Because if your vibration is, you're gonna have to excuse Ruby. Hang on, I'll pick her up. Hang on, come here, Ruby Sue.
Dogs.
Okay, so yeah, normally this would be edited out. So here we go. But when you're not aware of your energy and your vibration, how will you attract what it is you want? You are basically attracting in a partner where your energy and your vibration is. So if you don't like what you're attracting, you need to be aware of your own vibration. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it just reminds me in my 20s or even my late teens, early 20s. Like when I manifested partners, they were like nothing I really wanted and they were kind of I don't know, like douchey.
Or you
So
keep
go
manifesting the
ahead.
same type of person over and
Yeah,
over
I
and
did,
over
and
again.
I would leave that relationship and go to another one. And it's exactly like in the beginning, it's all, of course, lovey-dovey, everyone's posing, best behavior. And then when all that stuff is gone, it comes down to the same thing. But then because of it depends on where you're at too, like with your self-love and self-respect and like who you are as a person and what you think about yourself. Because then I started to think, well, what's wrong with me? Like I'm unworthy of love. How come I don't deserve an amazing, lovable partner who's going to treat me with all the love and respect that I deserve? Like, why don't I deserve that? So you start kind of spiraling and going down that road too. And
But
then it
when
kind of
so I'm going
feels
to
like giving
stop
up.
you. But when you go right there and you say like the kind of love I deserve,
Hmm.
like that is lower vibration. So
Yeah.
automatically you're like, my vibration's low. And when you have to question that about yourself, like you are in a lower vibration.
Yeah.
And therefore you are attracting lower vibrational people. You can't go out and be in a low vibration and function with somebody in a high vibration. Like they're going to grate on your nerves
Yeah.
and vice versa.
Yeah, but it's so funny when you're so young and if you haven't instilled that self-love piece on yourself and know what you're worth and know you are amazing, oh, you could easily go down that road and stay at that lower vibration instead of being up here and attracting your partner right here.
Yeah, no, you're just kind of
Yeah.
going through life going, are you my boyfriend? Are you my man? Are you the what? Are you the what?
And
Pick
then you make
me, pick
shitty
me.
decisions.
Okay,
And then you're like,
Lily.
why me?
Okay,
Yeah, so
girls, you
no,
have
that
to go
does
lay
make
down.
sense. 100%.
Sorry, I'm trying to get my dogs at bay. Lily has cancer, so she's allowed to get away with whatever she wants right now,
Yes,
and that's sort of including bumping the camera. Sorry.
that's okay. Okay.
So one of the other big things we want you guys to know, like it doesn't matter what method you try. If you don't understand the energy and if you can't Lily.
Look at her. She's so cute, though. I love Lily.
Conversation is big enough to move the table, right? So yeah. So obviously, oh no, I lost my train of thought. Do you remember where I was, Randy?
No, I was focusing on Lily.
Our special guest today is Lily.
Shit, I don't remember what you were saying. I
Oh
just got back from vacay. I'm a little off.
no, my point was that if you are so focused on, it's kind of cheap. Okay, whatever. This is how I see it. But if you're going through life, it's like, you know, picking up methods here and there. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try that.
Oh, yes.
And you're just grasping at straws. But you're not actually connecting the energy and you're not understanding energy and vibration. Then it's just kind of like fad diet after fad diet after fad diet. You're just going to try a bunch of crap, take the easy way out, looking for a quick fix without actually doing the work and understanding the energy and the vibration. And that's a lot of
the yo-yo manifesting, as Crystal and I call it. Like,
yeah,
it gets old, and then you kind of give up, and then you just kind of live life.
Yeah,
like, you just accept it where it's at. Like, oh, I guess it's just how it's supposed to be.
And like one of the key things I think that if you are manifesting the same type of partner keeps showing up in your life over and over and over again, there's probably like a big red flag for you that maybe you need to really evaluate your energy, your vibration, and what it is that's making you attract those type of people repeatedly. You can call it self-love, self-esteem, abuse. The list goes on and on. But at the end of the day, all of those things affect your vibration and your energy. So if you haven't dealt with it and you don't have the tools to raise your vibration and your energy, you're going to stay low. You're going to attracting the same stuff over and over again.
Yes. And that's where Crystal and I come in. We teach you how to work with the energies. So you can, it's pretty cool. You can just like raise it up, raise it up. You can like do anything you want with it. So it's pretty cool learning in that way. Okay, there was another point, Crystal, you wanted to share. You wrote it down.
Yeah, I did. She's just begging so hard right now for attention. Okay, so one of the other things, if you are trying to manifest a partner and romance and all of those things, but you don't ever leave your house, how are you supposed to meet somebody? Like, okay, online, but seriously, that's not the same, and not following your intuition and your guidance. Those things are so important. Hey, I want to meet the love of my life. And yet I have not, like Friday rolls around, you come home from work, you put on the same sweatpants you wore last weekend, you crack a bottle of wine, and then you go till Sunday. You don't comb your hair, you don't shower, you don't leave your house, you don't even put a bra on. How the hell are you supposed to manifest and meet a man that you've been trying to create for months? It doesn't happen. And you know what? It's so funny. But say a really hot delivery guy did knock on your door. He's going to take one look at you and go, no, because you're vibrating lower. Yeah. And that's one of the other big pitfalls I find.
Oh, I have a funny story to share, like my personal own story. So after attracting all those people in my 20s, I finally like left the relationship and I decided I was going to take a year off and just focus on myself. So what did I do? I booked 5 weeks in India to study yoga, and then the last 3 weeks was in Africa to go visit my friend. So I booked all this stuff. I'm so excited. I'm 1 month in on my year journey of just focusing on Randy. I was giving up on men totally. And but because I was doing that and working on myself and doing the things that I love that fills my cup, my vibration started to naturally go up. And when I wasn't so desperate and looking and chasing that relationship, I literally met my husband like a month later. And I wasn't ready. And I didn't like, we met each other and he wasn't really ready. And we're like, yeah, no, because we just both got out of serious relationships. We both wanted to focus on ourselves. We met each other. And then like 3 months later, we ran into each other again. And it like, we have been inseparable since. So it's kind of the story that you shared, Crystal, in the last video about manifesting love, like being frustrated when you're manifesting love. Like that's what happened to Chloe as well. As soon as she stopped and like released and focused on herself, same thing. A month later, she found her long-term partner as well. So that's the other piece is just like letting go and not having that desperation energy attached to you because it's people can tell and sense it and feel it and it doesn't feel good. Like I don't want
No,
to hook up with someone who's desperate.
like how many times have you ever walked into a place and it's just like, oh, I don't like the vibe of that person. Like we just
Mhm.
didn't jive. Like, you know, you feel it and they feel it off you. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah. So like Crystal said, having that self-awareness of your energy levels and like what you are projecting out, you're going to attract totally.
I have one more thing.
Yeah.
Like I find too that especially like this is us later ladies in life, right? Like, you know, you're in the 20s, like the dating pool is amazing. You have Tinder and you can just flout around. And as my nephew would say, fill the roster, I'm filling it, you know, and if he sees this, he's gonna kill me. But you know what I mean? So it's just so easy. The dating pool is everyone.
The last time I was single, I was 24 and the dating pool was everyone. And now it's like a shallow puddle of age-appropriate men who are old and gross, and I don't want to do that.
When you're in your 30s, you kind of get a little bit more like, my clock's ticking. And heaven forbid when you get to your late 30s, early 40s, because you're like, oh, oh, you know, and you
Yeah.
feel that urgency. So, what is the first thing you do? You try to make a good relationship out of something shitty, and you waste so much time, energy, and effort trying to turn Mr. Wrong into Mr. Right, when really what you should have done was
Hmm.
like the red flags. You know, everybody talks about red flags. It's like, I'm out of here and I'm not wasting my time and energy on this because the minute you get out of your own way, it happens.
Yeah. And you could have taken that time working on yourself and doing the things that fill you up and figuring out who you are and what you really want in a relationship. And that would have happened quicker than being like, oh shit, I'm running out of time.
Yeah.
I gotta make this work. Yeah.
One of the things like I always say to people is if I'll give you a little tip, you know, is and some people get really, really offended over this, but it is make a list of your ideal characteristics. Do not get so hung up in the, oh my gosh, he has to have one green eye and one blue eye and, you know, black hair. Like it just, but what are your actual attributes? And then, you know, things like how he's going to make you feel, how you feel with him, you know, safety, security. Is he, you want to just stay home and raise babies? You know, is he the kind of man that is going to honor that and has that same, uh, what is that, beliefs? Or is he the kind of guy that thinks that his wife is going to get up at 6 a.m., go to work, still look after the kids, and run the house? Well, he goes to work, comes home, sticks his hand in his pants, and has a freaking beer. Like, what is it? Like, because no woman puts that on her list. But how many women end up with that?
Yeah.
Or, you know, the opposite could be true for a man trying to manifest a woman,
Yeah.
right? You
It's
know,
so funny.
there's
You
so
just
many different
reminded me.
scenarios.
You totally just reminded me. I did. So it was funny. So after I met Darren, then after all that stuff, I was at my office and I found this old file from a long time ago that I did do that. I was so bored at work one day that I wrote out my list of what I wanted in my relationship and I freaking wrote it out and it literally matched pretty much to Darren to like to a T.
So many people get so worked up when they find out that the person they're dating has like a list. But
Oh,
really, if you have a list,
yeah.
it's like going to the grocery store to get all your ingredients to make supper and then coming home with only two things on your list and expecting to make like
Lasagna
flambe or
or
something
yeah.
stupid. Yeah, I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? And you're
Yep.
like, oh, hey, I didn't buy the stuff. My bad. Like, I'll just wing it with this. Like, no, if you actually want it, make the list and make sure you're getting what you want. It's your lifetime, it's your commitment. And from there,
Perfect. Was there anything else on your list?
no, those are the big 3 points. Is like, you know,
Okay.
honoring that intuition, knowing
Yeah.
when it's not right and not wasting the time.
Yeah. Time is so precious. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say, like, there's my little, you know, like if you're 15 years into a marriage and you have kids, like, I mean, and now you're coming through to those things. I think that, like when you have families involved and children, it's always different. And this type of advice doesn't really apply to that kind of a situation or scenario. So if you are in that and you think that we're speaking to you now, no, we're not. We have different opinions on that. Yes.
That's for another topic or another podcast.
Absolutely. Yeah. Why does everybody go through a spiritual awakening and divorce?
That will be next week, maybe, because that's a huge thing. We do notice a lot of people getting separated when people go down a spirituality road, and that's a lot of fear people have as well.
Yeah, so many people that come to me and have come in the past for readings and whatnot, when they go through that, they always end up questioning.
Yeah. So you guys, honestly, still like and follow this channel. And if there is a topic that you want us to cover or talk about or have any questions, just put it in the comments. We're so happy to do a podcast on that. Next week, we do have a couple of guests coming on talking about manifesting and their journey. And so, yeah, this is what we're going to be doing. And we just thank you guys so much for being here and your support and taking the time to watch us and support us.
Take care, guys.
Bye. See you next week.